Okay, I think I fixed it. Maybe.
The back-to-back poke trying to enforce that.
That looks better. Is that still the same? Perfect. Okay, we're back together.
Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement falls within acceptable parameters of certainty. High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the electrical networks of worker settlements. I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to lose it this time. This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain of the Unreliable. Do you understand? Thank you. I appreciate your cooperation. Best of luck in your search for a power regulator. Try to stay alive this time.
I am offended. Let me unlock you. What's up here?
Due to catastrophic power failure, all doors will remain on security lockdown.
Bonk. Bonk.
These surveillance devices allow me to monitor you constantly. Please ignore them.
That's only minorly creepy. Just go back down this way.
These are the crew's quarters. Alex preferred to travel alone, but he always had me.
So I have a whole crew quarter.
If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench is at your disposal, Captain.
Can use. Allows you to repair, upgrade, and modify. Okay. Can modify knifey knife? Nope. Steak, tiny gun, longer gun. Not helpful right now. It's health code violation. Box. He brought himself his own coffin.
The ship's engines cannot be powered until a replacement regulator has been properly installed.
Lorge. No, up. Uppy. Give uppy. Oh, hey, I was just here. So, the thing you need is somewhere down there. Got it. Eat myself. Give uppy. Oh, I have to go back to the out. Milady.
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship.
Fuck.
And if this ship is yours, well, ma'am, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay.
Inspector.
Oh, by the law. I'm so sorry.
So
I had no idea we had an
gullible.
inspector coming. If you'd like to speak with my manager, I report to Constable Reyes in Edgewater. Edgewater's not too far. Just follow the road east of here, over past the cemetery. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect the crime scene before I make my report.
Okay. What is it? Can we get a headshot? No touch. Only Rob. Nothing. Art. That is the best steel pose I've ever seen. Can Rob breathe? Bonk. Bonk. Bonk box. Don't mind me, just grave robbing.
Whoa, hey, where'd you come from?
Oh, hell.
Running around in a marauder's attire. You're liable to give some people the wrong idea.
Well. Honestly.
Just passing you a fair warning is all. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices.
Low price.
Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater.
Humor.
We're all part of the Spacer's Choice family. Definitely not the junior in humor, that's for sure. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the tower above the cannery. Head into town, follow the road. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What's your racket? You a smuggler? Freelancer?
I'm an accountant.
Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. That includes the cemetery. None of us own our grave sites, we rent them from the company. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Paperwork means signatures. Some of our families become a mite delinquent in paying their dues, you see?
I don't want to collect death steps.
Huh?
Ooh. Give haircut. Yes.
Merciful law. Is that a marauder's outfit? I don't want you wandering into my shop wearing something you've lifted
So
off a
legitimately judge
corpse.
you on clothing.
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs.
Touch your face.
Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene.
Touch your face.
Cleanliness is next to lawfulness.
I am morally filthy. Yes.
No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean and prepare your remains for interment.
I don't want you to touch me ever, honestly.
A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between reality and fantasy. This is what
Holy
happens
Conrad.
when you let your imagination run wild. I don't approve of fantasizing. It's a dreadful habit, corrosive to the mental faculties. You ought to let the vicar take a look inside your head.
So I would never, just never. No. Dawn's alive. Oh. Receptionist shot himself. Yeah, probably. Closed door. See, like in Flapjack, how the doctor was also the barber. This was like a Fallout, got like this food and food. Lock. Can I push all your machinery? How does that work here? Vending machine? Oh, you don't hear that Orango is just walking through your shit.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You asked why it's taking so long to fix. The answer's technical.
Don't apologize. Just try using small words for me.
Wow.
The can's bust open in the oven because she's set to cook saltuna, which isn't what we've got. Mr. Thompson? I think there's someone here to see you.
Focus, Miss Holcomb. You and I are still talking. Let's start over. Walk
I'm
me through the
pointing a
process.
gun at
Show me
you.
where it's going awry.
Well, sure. It's, mostly on account of what we're feeding into the mechanism.
It puts food in cans. We have food, we have cans. Why won't it work like we need?
She's expecting saltuna of a certain size. We're filling the cans with, well, not fish.
People? You want to talk now, or?
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize.
Wow.
I was given no forewarning of your arrival, or I might have welcomed you at the gates myself.
No, you wouldn't have.
You were saying, Miss Holcomb.
Okay.
It's just what Bess needs is a proper refurbish. I can bandage her up and what all, but she's just old. Sorry, I'm sorry. I'll do better.
And I do wish you'd stop referring to our cannery as Bess. Personification of company property is strictly contrary to the Spacer's Choice Code of Conduct. My apologies. I am not in the habit of allowing my guests to witness such a row. Now, what can I do for you?
Wow. Hi, Mommy.
I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I must say, wearing a Marauder's outfit is in very poor taste. I do wish you'd show your uniform a little more respect.
Oh.
Of course not. I don't have that kind of luck.
No, you don't.
Seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits. Been a few seasons since we've had a visitor pass through.
Regular.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr.
Oh,
Thompson
yeah.
ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I am most emphatically not keen on any such thing. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. And I happen to know exactly how you may retrieve it without frying yourself in the process.
Oh, I like fries.
My proposition benefits the both of us. Please, hear me out.
Do it, though.
There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. Once their power's shut down, you can have their regulator and be along on your way.
Mostly abandoned.
I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are not legally inhabited, but there are people who live there. I am not trying to pull one over on you, friend. You were bound to run into them sooner or later. The people living in the botanical labs, they're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need them to come home.
They don't want to, though. Why?
Edgewater is struggling. We haven't hit our production quota in years. If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those workers back at their stations.
Honestly, though.
Neither do I. The fault was entirely mine. I pushed them too hard. My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go, and that it's time her band of deserters came back to town.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, Mr. Thompson. Sir.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is talented and may prove useful to you. You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am trusting you with mine, and trusting Miss Holcomb to guide you if you'd like.
Sure.
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticators and hairpins and engine tape, so I'm all set.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck to you, and thank you again for your help. It is a lot to ask of a stranger, I know.
Trust your face. Into the tube. Into the tube. Get in. Get in. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna hit the button. If you're in, you're in. I wish I knew specifics.
Hey, ma'am, can we talk? Sorry.
It's Nanny.
Can we
It's
talk?
them.
Sorry.
It's Moth.
You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job and what all, but that's not the only side of the tale. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. The deserters are decent folk. I knew some of them before they left. Miss McDevitt? Oh, gosh, no. She was a real important person. A flavorist. Made all the food taste decent. She used to work up in the big office with Mr. Thompson. Alls I know is she left after her son died. It was a real big to-do. I could hear them both yelling clear from my own place. Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. They'll be at the mercy of marauders, or worse.
So what do
It
you
just-
propose?
It don't seem right to me, ma'am. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is.
Thank you, Yoda. Lead me to the vicar. That's not the way out. You're gonna assume it's closer when we take me to the vicar? Or am I wrong? How do I... Oh, we have perks. We're gonna up our health. Oh, that's all I can do. Cool. Yeah. Journal. How do I know which one is which? Botanical.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Hey, Vic.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto at your service. Or Vicar Max if you're the sort who prefers brevity. And Ms. Holcomb as well. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger. Curious.
Hey, Caddy.
Just tagging along, Vicar DeSoto. Don't mind me.
I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? This season's tossball predictions? The quickest way out of town?
What? I thought you would talk to him.
No, you brought it up.
You
do
wanted to
it.
speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in conversation, you look at the floor, answer in single words, and slink away. I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission.
Yeah, it's my
What has
mission.
Mr. Thompson asked you to do? I can see why that troubles you. Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return to the fold.
Well, I'll send the power to Edgewater and convince the deserters to return. Yeah, honestly.
I apologize if my advice was wanting. I find many people can find their path when presented with the right questions. To divine a true path out of the Aether takes time. There are calculations to be done, variables to consider. But there is something I'd like to ask if you're venturing outside.
I want to hit that one so bad. Yeah, fuck it. Variables. To the outside. Wait, you told me to go outside and then you told me to go back inside. What? So you are in the botanical lab. Is that not where it is? Can I get a full map? Beautiful. Wait. Where am I? Edgewater. So you have to go all the way out there, but you're telling me. I don't understand maps sometimes. What? Good God, does that sound? Are you still big friend? Can't concentrate then. Not then. I keep forgetting. What's in these boxes? Can we? Oh. What? What? Oops. Box? Running? Am I just in a minefield? Terrible illumination for that moment. This is actually very pretty. My hyena critters.
Move along, stranger. We don't want any trouble.
Where come from? You killed my hyena critters. I'm going in there. You
I
wanna
don't know
shoot at?
you. Whatever you're looking for, it ain't here. Move along. Armed strangers wandering into my camp for one. Some of my camp wandering out for another.
It sounds like a you problem.
Answers, huh? You must be one of those philosophicals. Already got ourselves one of those.
I don't even have to answer to you, my dude.
A geo what? Look, plants ain't my purview. You're better off asking after Adelaide. If you're gonna start wandering around my camp, know that I got my sights on you.
Go on and get it.
Much obliged.
Yeet. Right, simpler. Why would you open the door when you know I'm doing hood rat shit in here? You live here, don't you? Of course you do. Move. Move. Bananas. I want to steal your thing.
You hungry? We got canid ribs, canid flank, canid snout too.
You're
Something I
eating
can help you with?
hyenas.
Fresh off the limb, and that includes canid meat.
Wow. Let's negotiate prices and selling. I don't want anything, honestly. Oh, ooh, these nice.
If you're hungry, there's meat turning on the spit outside. If you're bearing illness, find a place to lay your head down and I'll fetch you a poultice. Whatever
That's how
your
you
troubles with
pronounce that word.
Edgewater, leave them at the gates and be welcomed here. Any questions, dear? I have been called that, among other things. Green Thumb, grandmother, the strange old lady who keeps flowers. But yes, Adelaide will do just fine.
Excuse me, Miss McDevitt? Sorry, it's just... You got such pretty trees in here.
Why, thank you.
Greens.
You're Robert's girl, aren't you? I remember when you were but a sprout. Thomas speaks of you often. Are you staying long? You should try some of my tobaccorn tea. I brew it in an old spittoon, but it's been cleaned.
You're very kind, but it all sounds awful.
Reed Thompson, you here on behalf of that cold-eyed reptile? Let's hear it. What's Reed's idea of peace, then? Make amends. Spare me. Only thing Reed knows how to make is a mess.
Scene.
Like everything else that comes out of Edgewater, that peace offering is canned. I and my own are living just fine out here by ourselves.
Are you, though? Are you really?
He would do such a thing. The question is, why would you agree to his plans?
I need it.
Cannery's got a regulator. You want ship parts, you ought to rip 'em out of the cannery's guts and leave us be. If you're going down to the plant, you should divert power away from Edgewater and toward our end of the grid.
Power grids.
Think about it.
No
You'd be
gets
liberating
power.
an entire town from a lifetime of service to that odious cannery. Seems the sort of thing a hero would do. A hero to the people who matter.
I'm not a
To
hero
us.
type, though. I'm
To the ones who come
a
around.
supervillain.
To the ones you save. Reed will never understand. He has been too long inebriated on the wine of corporate culture. All he sees is productivity, output, profits. Life in Edgewater grinds to a halt. The cannery shuts down, workers desert in droves, and our own little camp grows and thrives.
I'm gonna come take this thing, honestly. I know I'm a bad person, but I like all the plans. Can I just look at what I'm aiming for? Can I rob you all? Can anyone see me is the question. Steal things. Do you have a better gun yet? 110, 110, 110, 15. Oh, very nice. I mean, honestly, I think I'm gonna go destroy the town. Because I like the nature bits. Steal your giant apples. Map. So, wait. So go back to Edgewater. I think I know what they mean. I think they're both in the same area, so we're gonna go. Do I need to leave this town completely? Yes, I do. Bye, bitch. Don't break my legs. Seal? Seal? Oh, let me see if I have any more clothes. So that's a 4. 4, 4, 4, 4. It's not flattering. Why is it so pretty?
I always wanted to poke around in here.
How do you enter? Maybe? Bonk. I'm gonna die if I just go through there, so... Cool. Cool. Love it. Oh, perfect.
Processing. Sweeping the area.
Don't do that.
Look out!
I love them. Robbing a robot, robbing a robot. Set everyone. Take off the corpses. Heal. Ooh. What's in here? Can't open, cannot open. Is there like a save function? Oh, yes there is. Do that really quick. Perfect. Let me in. Oh, sure there's a hole to use. Offer a variety of items to purchase. I don't really need anything. Can I sell some things? Like this. Wait, how do I sell? Ooh. Head do not fit. How do I... Can I just not?
The control room should be off to the right. I hope we're doing the right thing.
I'm expecting.
Stealing your parts. What's up here? Damn it.
I'm searching
Here
for.
they come!
Bad robot. Use switches to redirect power.
3 switches. That'll be easy enough.
I think we're gonna use some plant people. Gonna go steal from lockers. Take. Unlock. Personal. Whole head. What is in here? Aw. Unlock it. Excuse me. Spacer Thompson. There we go.
We made it!
We.
Nice one!
Shh. Fran. You steal. Does it tell you? I don't know. You hauled
Here
it
they
for
come!
me.
There's 2 more. What'll happen to Miss McDevitt's folk if we send power to the Vale?
Wait, but it's not telling me where the power. What? Did I fuck up already? Did I already mess it up? Robbing corpses.
No, just leave me alone. Not real. You're
not real?
Nothing is real. I am at a lock asylum.
Mind the steam. You're liable to get scalded.
Unexpected. Investigating.
Incoming!
Lethality now reduced.
Yeah, I'm not getting key on that.
If we send the power to Miss McDevitt, what happens to the veil?
Buddy. I don't care. No, we're not.
Well, performing.
Here they come!
Rock his legs off.
Where are we headed? You mean about the mission being too clean? I know, but Vicker says the universe is a machine, that it runs by law. Real machines have gunked up oil, scratches, and worn bits. You can tell they've seen handling, been used by folk. The machine Vicker sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's something on a museum shelf, under glass. The Vicar's about the only soul in the Vale who spends his time thinking on what is and ain't right. It's just that when he looks at me, I feel I disappoint him.
We have 10 points. More maybe. Oh, we don't really use defense. I'm not a defensy person. There we go. Can't unbar.
Last. I'm not sure what the right is. Alls I know is the decision's final.
Is it though? This is like really weird. Hi. Alright, I'm gonna cut this a little bit short. We'll be back later. Thanks for watching.